So we'll just open up with this. So seems like we had a little bit of a connection problem there. But you might as well just restart the whole 9 yards because I don't know when we lost it necessarily. So
Okay, well.
Funny situations.
Funny situations. I was talking about my dad and how he would come to the basketball games. You know, he would be drinking vodka in one hand and I think it was, what the hell was it? Tonic water. Yeah. He would have tonic in the other one. And he'd have two, and you know, this day and age, if you walked into a school like that, you get arrested, man. I mean, you'd be fucking, it'd be done.
Dude, I used to be scared to just do a chew in class, man.
Right.
Or in the fucking, I'd be sitting there hiding it with a fucking little Coke bottle.
But my dad would do that, dude, and he would be screaming, and you know, I would run into people, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, they're like, dude, you remember your dad would come into the fucking school and be like, if you don't make that fucking basket or pin that kid, you're not riding that fucking snowmobile. And I'd run into people I went to church with, and I was playing for the private school, and my dad would, he would say, hey, you know, I'll drive everybody to the game. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Well, that might not be the best.
Well, he said he had 4 on the floor and a 5th under the seat. I'm like, what the fuck's this guy? And, you know, as a kid, I'm like, what is he talking about? So he's drinking vodka and tonic as we're all in the back, you know, back of the truck with the cab. And he's fucking raging, playing his hillbilly twanging ass music. And everybody thought my dad was the coolest dude. They're like, your dad's crazy. Bro.
Absolutely fucking blasted, right?
Spinning the wheels, rolling. Oh, yeah. By the time we go to the tournament, this one tournament we went to for the church, dude, he was lit. And he was like, oh my God, I can't barely walk in there. And I'm like, oh my God, it was terrible, dude. And I remember actually one time he was, I think it was a Pinewood Derby contest somehow. I don't know if it was at church or school, but my dad ended up getting, the cops called him for my mom and they were fighting. And my dad ended up beating a couple cops up from Johnstown and going to jail. And I thought we weren't going to do the Pinewood Derby contest. He walks in, black eye. He's all messed up because he tore those cops' asses up, dude. And then we went, dude, and he was like, we're going. I'm like, holy shit. Didn't shower, didn't do anything. Just let's go. He drank a beer on the way there. I'm like, oh my God.
Fucking
dude.
savage. Just
now,
absolutely fucking torched.
CPS would be involved.
Oh God, there'd be a lot of, okay, ain't no chance in hell you're getting away with that.
But, you know, thinking about my dad, I was flooded. I'm like, I should write this stuff down. I'm like, nah, you know what, I'll just remember it all. Because, like, you know, one incident. Remember when they had the Nextel two-way things where the chirp, the two-way talkie thing?
I'm not that old.
Okay, you don't remember that? You never heard of that? Okay.
Are you talking about walkie-talkie?
Okay, so he had a phone. Nextel did. And they went to Sprint. Anyway, Nextel would have a phone, and you would put it on, it would be a regular phone.
Yeah.
And then you would click it on two-way, and you'll chirp, chirp, and you'd, hey, Dad, what's up, you know? It was really...
So like a walkie-talkie.
Walkie-talkie / phone.
It's a walkie-talkie.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, there was a big age difference between us. So anyway, my dad, we went to my uncle's funeral at the place that my dad was cremated. It was crazy because I giggled when I was getting his ashes. I'm like, you fucker, dude, this is funny. So he
Nextel chirp. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that is, but hopefully you do. I don't know, but I guess it's a walkie-talkie.
Yeah. So he chirped me. I'm downstairs. I'm downstairs eating for the wake or whatever after the funeral. He's like, hey, you know, you got to get down here, dude. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And anyway, I go down. I'm looking for him. I had to go upstairs. So we're in the basement eating, and I'm looking for him, and I'm looking everywhere down the hall, and I smelt this foul odor. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? So I'm looking, he's like this. I'm like, he got a shirt on. What's he doing? So I go to the bathroom. He goes, you got to go home. You got to get me a new suit and clothes and all that. Bring a paper bag or a plastic bag or something. Throw all the shit in. I'm like, what? I looked in the bathroom. Literally, the guy, I guess he had the shit. He pulled his pants down like this. And as he was doing this, boom!
Oh no!
All over the ceiling.
You're talking about the fuck. Oh no! That's like hall pass shit right there.
It was dripping. He had the fucking ceiling, the wall painted, and I'm like, oh my! And he was mad at me. I'm like, dude, I didn't do it. You shit all over. You know, you did this to yourself, not me. So I'm running home, dude. I get this stuff. I pray, and he's putting all the shit in the bag. And he comes down. And he's like, he's bebop, and he's living his life. He loved it. Like nothing happened, dude. I said, hey, did you clean up the bathroom now? He goes, fuck no. Let them clean it up. We paid them enough.
He ain't fucking wrong, I guess.
Dude, the guy, man, endless funny stories. My dad went to jail for a gun charge. It was something stupid. He was working, and Anyway,
I don't know nothing about that.
yeah. Anyway, he went to jail for 2 years. Came out. That's when me and Jeanette got divorced. And in the midst of all that, my dad was in jail. I moved out with my buddy. We had a Taylor house, and we're talking, 3 dudes living in a house. It was the absolute dude.
It's a fucking bachelor pad, man.
Well, I want to get to that. That's a funny story.
Shit gets
So,
weird.
my dad he came home. I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? My dad's coming home. I gotta have him come live with us. And I'm like, he's not gonna love this at all, dude, because we're wild, dude. The weekend before, we were thinking about putting a weight
Fuck
runner.
you worried about? Dude was going to your fucking high school basketball games, fucking
I
blasted.
know, but he was older, and I was just like, I'm older, and I just want to do crazy shit. So, he comes home, and the first night we got him wasted. He was so drunk, he's yelling down the stairs. I'm like, oh, this just isn't going to work. I'm trying to sleep, bro. What are you trying to do? Go to sleep. So, the next day I wake up, and I think it was Saturday. I had this wild idea. I'm like, you know what? Let's put my wave runner in the pool. And my dad overheard us, and he goes, you've got to be fucking shitting me. I go, dude, it's funny. You want to get on it? So we had like 10 of us, lifted the wave runner up, put it in the pool, and rode it around, dude. It was fucking funny. I mean, dude, I dirtied the pool up, but it was worth it.
Hey,
It was fun. My dad was so mad, and
created some memories.
the night before that, my dad had said something, and we were in his tractor with the trailer, and my buddy was butt-ass naked in the trailer running around doing the helicopter, and I was driving the trailer. I don't know why. It just happened. And there was a bunch of girls there, and the neighbor happened to look out. His name was Harry. I don't know what his wife's name was. And he tells my dad, he says, hey, Ray, you got to talk to your son. He's out of control. He had some young kid in the back of the trailer in the tractor naked. And my dad goes, Harry, there's no coming back. He ain't going to listen to me, whatever I tell him.
He's too far gone.
He's too far gone.
He's too far gone.
But my dad, we lived together that whole time, I think it was, God, since I was 18 years old, we lived together. Up to the time he died, 2 years ago. But it just funny times, dude. We had a Halloween party at Shirley's house over on 11th, across from Lisa's.
Yep.
It had a big ass Halloween party, dude. There was hundreds of people there, dude. It was crazy. My dad left. He had an LTD, old LTD. It was like a tank. He had hit the car down the street. He left. I'm like, where's my dad at? We lived in apartments on Goddard. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm calling him. He's like, I'm home. I'm bleeding all over the place. I'm like, oh, all right. So we all got our little team together, went over there. I'm driving down 11th, and I see this ass end of a Ranger up in the air. I mean, dude, it was like, holy fuck. And I see my dad's car. I'm like, wow, the hazards are still on. I'm like, yep, he hit it. So we pull the car out with my buddy's truck, take it home, and I'm going up the catwalk. I'm seeing blood everywhere. He's like, I'm fine, don't worry about it. It's just a little cut. And he lets the rag down, it just flops down.
Oh,
so right here to
no.
here, he had hit it on the steering wheel.
Oh, and that just leaking.
And you could
What
see.
a savage.
You could see up there, and he's just like, oh,
What
all
a
right.
fucking savage.
Lisa and Jeanette took him to the hospital. He got a ton
He's
of
like, I'm
stitches.
good, man. Give me another vodka tonic.
He's like,
I'm good.
I'm good. Fuck that. I ain't going to no fucking hospital. Bonk. And there's like, you could stick your hand through there. I'm like, oh, God.
Like they say, man, they don't make them how they used to, dude.
No, dude. This guy he was driving drunk home all the time from like the bars, and he hit a telephone pole in Riverview. And he hit the telephone pole smoking a cigarette. I watched him. And the cigarette was still in his mouth after he fucking hit it. It kept going. He's like this, and that thing, the shots were gone. He's just riding.
Oh, it's
baby.
like me on the back of the boat that you have.
Yes!
Man, I ain't letting that beer go down.
No, dude,
Yeah,
that's
say it
good
was
times.
valuable. Yeah.
No, but I mean, dude, this endless times, and I look back at my life the last. It makes me sit here and think about things lately. I've really been thinking about just my life, dude. I've had some things have really been bad, but really for the most part, dude, I've had a lot of great memories, dude. You brought up the boat thing. We, had good times at the boat, man. I mean, just tons of good times.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think that a lot of people, including myself, just recently I started kind of holding on to those good memories, man. The funny memories, the ones that make you happy. A lot of people really, I feel like the bad ones, they kind of overlap the good ones.
Oh, absolutely.
But I got one. I got one for you.
Yeah.
So when I was in high school, right, I used to smoke a little weed, right. I used to try to hide drinks in my basement. So I was living at my dad's house, and we were all playing cards. So my stepmom and my dad, they had their friends over, right, and my brother Joel dropped me off some weed for spring break before I got there, right? So he stashed it somewhere.
Okay.
So I had a tendency to not save numbers in my phone.
No.
So we're playing euchre up at the phone, or up at the table and stuff like that, and I'm texting Joel, I'm texting my stepmom, and now granted, my stepmom is at the table, right, with our family friends.
Right.
Well, all of a sudden, I don't know where the weed's at, so I went to go ask Joel. And you probably can see where this is going now. Don't have the number saved. I go to text Joel, hey, where'd you stash the weed at? And as I'm fucking sitting there playing euchre, my stepmom's across from me. I hear her phone go, ding! And I said, don't look at your phone. She went to grab it. I said, don't look at your phone. No, it gets better. I said, don't look at your phone. I got something to tell you.
Oh, my
And she goes,
God.
okay. Right? She gets up and I tell her, I said, listen, I fucked up. I may or may not have texted you asking you where you stored the weed that I shouldn't have was at. And she fucking...
My bad, Mom.
So she fucking looked at the text message and she went red. Now the reason it's so funny is because of the situation that happened very, very close to that time frame, a little bit before. My dad loves playing, at least when I was a kid, he loves playing mind games, right? And I used to, I would smoke weed in the bottom of the basement, and I put the dryer sheets in the fucking vents and all that.
Okay.
Right? So I was home alone. I had the day off school or whatever, and so I had my little fun in the basement or whatever. And by the time my dad got home, he came downstairs, and I'm sitting in my bed, fucking baked as shit, by the way. And he goes, son, I want you to be honest with me. I said, about what? He looks at me and goes, I'm going to give you one chance. You come clean, we'll talk about it and we'll be done. So now I'm starting to fucking panic. Because now I think he fucking knows. Right? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, and then he started getting real mad. He started yelling at me. He's like, now listen, son. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to talk to you like a man. Right? Own up to your mistakes. And I'm like,
Well, tell me what I did.
so I'm like, I'm sorry, Dad, man. I was home alone. I smoked some weed. And
Oh
shit
my God! You told on yourself.
So then the motherfucker looks at me dead in my fucking eyes and goes, I was talking about the meat you left out of the freezer. Because I left the fucking meat that I was going to cook for dinner out on the fridge, out on the counter.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what he was talking about, and I fucking snitched. I fucking told on myself so fucking bad. Like, oh my goodness, dude. Like,
Oh my God.
so that was right before that situation with the text message. So I would say within like a couple month period, not once, but fucking twice, I ratted on myself. And the funniest thing about this is, Dad, I hope you watch this fucking podcast, is you always tell me that you knew every fucking thing that happened.
You didn't know shit.
You don't know fuck all. And just the 2 little fucking breadcrumbs I just gave you, if only you fucking knew.
Oh my God.
But I'm just saying, yeah, that was fucking wild. And I got one more
No,
when
yeah,
it
go
comes to old Bill Evans, the old Pops, right? We had a little bit of an invader in our property. So there was this little fugitive that was blocked right behind us. I don't know what he got into, whatever. So he was on the run. Cops were trying to chase him. So he hopped the fences. This is the middle of the fucking winter, by the way. This is the highlight of my fucking life. My dad likes to try to be a hero. Straight skivvies. Now, mind you, this dude's like 6'2", 260. Not in shape, by the way.
Oh.
Like, he ain't like 260 ripped and like he's like 260
260
like
a
fucking
fat
full dad, 4 kids.
Dad
like
bod.
yeah. My man's burst out the back door,
Oh
fucking hoofing it, right?
Shut the
Dick
fuck
slinging, dude. Dick slinging, fucking draws on, right? Tackles this fucking man in our driveway.
Naked.
Right? Yeah, no, not naked. He's got his drawers on, right? But he's got the old man boxers, you know what I mean? So he's got the old man boxers. He's booking it down the fucking street. He tackles him on the other side of the street. And he's holding this grown man down with the police. And that right there was by far the most funniest shit I've ever heard. Like, I could only imagine if I was running from the cops and some dude like my fucking dad came out in his fucking, like, dad boxers. This ain't no, like, fucking briefs, like Hanes, like, no, you're talking, like, old man fucking boxers, right? Is chasing you down in the middle of the winter.
Dude, that's pretty funny.
Right? And
Wow.
fucking, and then he comes out, you know what your dad did today, right?
Yeah.
Dad just saved the whole city.
Oh my god. That's fucking
I'm
great.
telling you, dude. Oh, man. I got endless stories on him, but those are the good ones, right?
I mean, well, obviously there is an age difference, so I mean, I got tons more stories, but you know, that's the whole thing about remembering the stories, dude. Later on in life, I mean, I'm gonna be 52 this year, and I've got tons of stories. And I look back, and I mean, sometimes when you get down and out about things, you're just like, okay, well, you know what? What about this? Because I miss my dad. I know he wasn't gonna live forever. Yeah. And you know, you'll have, dude, from 20 years from now, you'll be talking the same shit. You'll have a ton of fucking stories. You know, and that's the best part, because you'll be like, oh, okay, well, whatever, dude, you know? But I don't know. I could go on all day with stories, but, you know, the funny thing is that my dad's have really been sticking out lately. It's just so weird.
Comes in waves, man.
Yeah, I guess
Comes
so.
in waves. But it's like, it's really important to be able to take the good memories that you have, or the funny ones, right? And put those over the bad ones, or over the, you know, the shitty truth that they're gone.
I mean, when we started doing this podcast, like, I thought that, like, this was a good opportunity, because I do stuff backhandedly. I don't really say what I want to do. I just do it, and then there's always an agenda behind the scenes that I don't talk about, like this. I mean, you know, later on in life, dude, my kids, when I'm dead and gone, and which hopefully it'll be a long time, you know, my kids will be able to revisit some of the stuff. They may be like, damn, he was crazy, but at least they can have stuff to go back. I don't have that much to go back on my dad. My dad hated pictures. He hated videos. He was just old school, but I got memories.
Yeah, it sucks, but that's all you can hang on to, man, because that's all that's left. And, you know, like, for me, it's important that you make memories, like follow the line, right? So you have those memories about your dad, right? Make your kids have those same memories against you. You know, like, well, with you, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I try to do it with my boys. I don't want them to be afraid of me, but I was terrified of my dad. But I want them to be afraid of, like, you know, if they do something fucking stupid.
You should be afraid of your father.
There's going to be repercussions. Not that I'm going to kill you, because
no, you should. Your kids should definitely be afraid of you, right? Like, I'm afraid of my father to the extent that I watched him bring my older brother into the front yard and handle business. I think that is necessary for structure. Now, granted, hopefully it never comes to that, but they should be fair. They should be scared of you.
They were
Not for bodily harm, but for
they were funny last
right?
night, dude. They stayed with Haley, and I bounced the bar last night. I worked the door again, and I picked them up at, I think it was like 1:30, and they're fucking couldn't walk, couldn't sleep, they were barely awake, and I got them just because they wanted to stay with me. So I picked them up middle of the night, dude, and went home. And Jaden had to sleep with me back to back. Because I told him a story about my dad. We would go up north riding snowmobiles, or we'd doing stuff, and we'd sleep in a single bed together. And he'd always be like, "I'm like, I'm cold. We go sleep back to back." So I told little Jaden about that. And Dad, can we sleep back to back? I'm like, yeah, Jaden, we can sleep back to back. We ain't got much back. The little fucker's this big, dude.
Right.
I'm like trying to do this, like a piece, dude. I'm like, where the hell? I'm grabbing his ass. I'm like, you're really little, dude. Damn. No back to back. But yeah, it's cool, dude. I mean, you know, I don't know. Like I said, endless stories, you know, and the thing about, you know, your life, you'll go on and you'll have a fuck ton more, dude. Hopefully we all have some stories together.
Oh yeah, I mean we kind of already do, but we kind of want to maybe keep those to what they are.
Well, you know, last weekend was crazy. We could touch on that. Fuck it, because it's funny. We were at the bar, and I guess Alan was he was playing with his dog, and he tripped and
That's what I heard.
he kicked the ground, and now he's got a broken foot, which sucks. I went over to talk to him about it, and hopefully I think he goes in for surgery Thursday, which I hope the
Oh, sir, he needs surgery on it?
yeah, there's particles in his foot that they need to remove, and hopefully they don't need to put a plate in it, but it'd be all right. I told him you got to stay positive. You know, you can't get down and out about it. So if you're listening, Alan, just keep your head up.
Or anybody else for that matter. I never see the benefit of being negative about any shitty situation. It's already shitty as it is.
If you got a good support group, I mean,
But it starts with you.
well, you know, like that little girl
Right.
Harper,
Yeah.
dude, she's going through cancer. Cancer treatment, and dude, it's terrible. But like, she's got a good support system. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I see all these people making stuff, and you know, God bless that little girl, because without that support group, you know, there's times behind the closed doors that the mom, I know what they're going through.
Of course.
I'm the only one that knows because
Yeah, I
I've
can
gone
even
through
only
it.
begin to imagine what it's like. But I will say this: if you don't have that, you know, the optimism that you need and the positive outlook on things, dude, I feel like you're never gonna get farther. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Like, but I don't know. Like, the worst thing can happen to me, and I mean, I might struggle with it for a minute, but I'm not gonna like continuously try to make it worse. If that makes sense.
People are okay. We agree that people are built different.
Of course.
Okay, so when I broke my foot, that's how I found out I had cancer. But I got a plate in it. But when it was broke, dude, there was literally this much of an inch, like almost an inch, half an inch gap in my fifth metatarsal. And when I did it, it just wouldn't heal. So I was like, dude, I'm off work. I'm getting a workman's comp. Dude, you know what? I want to go see my cousin and her husband.
Right.
So I was married at the time. So we packed up all our stuff. We drove down to North Carolina. I get there, had a cast on. I was scheduled for surgery for 2 weeks after that. So I said, you know what? Let's go down south. As soon as I get there, I'm notorious for this. The cast got wet because it was pouring rain. Well, I'm in the fucking bathroom.
Cut
tearing
that
the
bitch off.
I cut it off.
Cut that bitch
I
off.
called the doctor. I said, hey, can you like do something? He says, Mike, fuck it. It's already broke, dude. Ain't gonna do nothing. Okay, cool. I'm out rollerblading, or not rollerblading, roller skating down south. Fuck it, dude. It hurt so bad, but dude, it didn't matter. I just kept going. And I came back. I got the plate in my foot. And then years later, the snowmobile fell and cracked it because it got stuck. I don't know, it was weird. But I took the cast up going up north. I took it off because I wanted to go up north riding.
Yep, I did the same thing when I broke my arm.
Yeah, I mean,
in the last game of football, and so I just fucking cut it off. Actually, my fucking dad cut it off with a fucking disc grinder. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. Fuck that cast. But did I ever tell you about the time that I got arrested? Right, and I was like 14, maybe 15.
Oh my lord!
So there's this show. It's called Blue Mountain State, and one of the episodes is they do a marathon Monday, and what that is you drink from sunup to sundown. So one summer,
Holy smokes!
me and my stepbrother John Paul and a couple of our buddies spent like almost the entire summer building this fucking fort in the woods. Well, now it's time for Marathon Monday. So, but everybody bailed except for me and my stepbrother. So we bought 2 fists of Captain
Oh no!
and a 30 rack of Bud Light. Well, I am trying to be smart. Well, my stepbrother downed the 5th of Captain. Now, not soon after he killed that 5th of Captain. I'm talking, this is not like a reasonable time frame here. I'm talking like a couple hours maybe.
Oh my god!
Right? Cop comes through the woods. Oh, yeah. So we book it. Now, this man is fucking hammered. When we get out of the woods, it's a baseball diamond. What's happening here? A big-ass fucking baseball game. So now I got my drunk-ass brother with his arm around my fucking shoulder, right? I'm not fucking sober myself, neither.
Oh my
Right?
god!
Stumbling through the outfield as they're playing fucking baseball, right? we go across the street to a park, right? And now the park's here, and you got houses right on the back line. Well, this man is really, really drunk. And the only thing I got taught from my older brothers and stuff like that is you gotta make him throw up. So I had a can of chew, and I popped the can of chew, and I shoved it up to his nose, and he threw up a couple times. Well, after that, I picked him up. Now, mind you, I'm maybe 100 pounds at this point. Maybe. He's like 160. Big boy. So I'm dragging this motherfucker through all these parents, all these kids, right? People are mowing their grass, and I'm like literally like, dude, it's crazy. Because like, I'm 2 blocks away from my house. Seems like a fucking easy fucking get out.
No.
It just so happened that every like baseball games are going on, people are mowing their grass. So sure as shit, 2 cop cars pull up. I am literally, I will not, I am not bullshitting you here. I am maybe 6 or 7 houses down from my house. I am this fucking close.
You're right there?
Right? Cop pulls up. I have my plan. Hey, what's going on? Not much, just walking home. What's going on with him? As the dude's like laying on my fucking shoulder, fucking half dead, kind of. Yeah, I'm like, we were playing baseball, man, and I hit a ball and I hit him in the head. He's just. And then all of a sudden, JP opens up his fucking mouth.
Oh,
He
no.
goes, yeah, I got hit and batting the ball. and not fucking 5 seconds after he said that fucking nonsense, I hear, bring the PBT. Right? I didn't know what the fuck the PBT was.
Oh,
but turns out that's a fucking breathalyzer.
Yep.
Right? So now, all of a sudden, we're getting breathalyzed, okay? He blows a .19.
Oh, boy.
I blew a .09. So he's damn near fucking like, gotta go get his stomach pumped, right? And we're in the cop car, we're driving. I'm like, hey, my house is right here, you can just drop me off. He goes, nah, no. So we go to the jail or whatever, and we're in the same tank. My man's can't even fucking remember his last name.
Oh, my God. He was that drunk?
So he asked me my name, the cop asked me my name, right? I said, yeah, yada, yada, right? And then, yeah, it's his name. And he said, yeah, my name is Cox. I'm like, no, it's not his name. And I spelled it correctly or whatever. And he says, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Well, then all of a sudden, JP threw up all over the fucking drunk tank.
Oh, no.
This fucking cock-sucking motherfucking cop made me clean it up.
I wouldn't clean it up.
Well, I didn't. I tried to because I was scared of shit. Right? But that was the craziest fucking moment of my life, dude. And I was so pissed because of how stupid. And I could have left his ass. I could have left him.
Yeah.
And been fucking gone. Back at my house. Whole 9 yards.
You'll go through your life. I didn't realize before I thought about this. I mean, there's a huge age difference. So I mean, like, you have a small window of funny stories and things have happened, and it's kind of cool that maybe we'll be doing these podcasts 20 years from now, and you'll have that much more. Just think about more shit you'll have then, because I mean, I think about all the shit I've done. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm 51 right now. Like, holy God, dude, like I really got a lot of shit.
Yeah.
No. My one buddy, Jim Paulin, says, dude, you should write a book. You should write a book. That guy's funny as fuck, dude. I'll tell you a funny story about him. My dad was in prison, a place called Kenchlow in the UP, and we went up there to ride snowmobiles to see him. So went up there, and Jim had just rebuilt this Polaris snowmobile, and he's riding it. I'm like, man, beat that fucking thing, dude. And I'm like, let me fucking get on it and blow it out, dude. So we're down maybe about 20 minutes from the hotel where the prison was. So I'm going down the street. I'm on his. I see 70, 80, 110, 120, 130, 140. I'm like, fuck yeah, baby.
I'm fucking pinning it to the ground.
And boom! I'm like, holy fuck, dude, what happened? It's doing this. I'm fucking... I'm doing this. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? I look back, and I see the track, and I'm like, oh, shit, that can't be good. I can't stop. The track blew out underneath the fucking thing.
And you're cooking it.
Well, not only did the track blow out, the fucking motor revved because the track blew, and I blew the motor and blew the track at the same time. But dude, I'm doing 130, 140, and that thing just, it wasn't stopping. So I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna hold on. And I felt like I was at a club, dude. I'm dancing. I'm like, damn, this is all of a sudden it slows down. I'm like, God, that's fucked up. I'm like, well, she's blown out.
She's fucked.
So he was making fun of me the whole time because somehow I had shit and it ended up getting a hemorrhoid. And I never had them.
Oh,
I'm like, dude,
no.
this is terrible. So I said, okay. I said, so he's like, well, you know what? I said, you're not riding bitch on the back of my snowmobile. I will go to the hotel. I will get the fucking vehicle with the trailer, and I'll come get you in your snowmobile. I didn't know that I was going to get lost for 40 minutes in the woods. And I turned the snowmobile off. It was pouring snow, and I see a big fucking elk, dude. I'm like, that's a big fucking dude. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck is that?
I turned the snowmobile light. I'm like, wow, that's big, dude. So I finally make it back to the place, and he's literally so pissed at me because he was in a guy's truck. Thank God, or he would have been a snowman. It was that cold. He had boogers. They were froze on his nose, dude. It was that cold. So I picked him up, and he's like, dude, I could have been dead out there if this guy wouldn't have stopped. I'm like, well, don't make fun of me for the hemorrhoids again, asshole. It's funny, dude. That, the night before we were there, and I was talking in my sleep. I screamed real loud, and I guess he went to get breakfast, and they were all talking about it in the hotel, and he was laughing because he knew it was me that screamed out loud. But yeah, it was a good time, man. Same guy, Jim. I had got in a 4-wheeler accident up north. Some dumb fuck hit me up north and tore me up pretty bad. And I got my 4-wheeler put back together, redid everything, souped the motor up, pipes. He lived in Carlton. We're going down the street. I'm opening this thing up. I don't know how fast, maybe 190. So I'm flying as a banshee, and all of a sudden this dog comes out. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to stop. Boom! Hit the dog, dude. I drugged this dog for like 40 feet. And I'm looking, and he's looking at me. I'm like, I can't stop, bro. And he's yelping. I'm like, well, we'll stop at some point. And I'm fucking sliding.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. So I lift the 4-wheeler up off the dog. Another dog, a big Rottweiler, tried to bite me. So I'm kicking him off. And I'm like, this dog's dragging his ass into the ditch. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, I really hit this dog. I couldn't stop. It was either me or the dog.
Why?
I couldn't.
Happens.
Yeah. So I go knock on the dude's door. Hey, bro, I think I hit your dog. He goes, is it the Golden Lab? I go, yeah, dude, he ran out in front of me. He says he chases cars. It's all right. So we all walk out there together, and he sees him in the ditch. He says, all right, boys, it's time for you boys to head on home. I'll take care of the rest. So I started walking my 4-wheeler here. Boom! This motherfucker pulls a gun out of his back and shot the dog, which put him out of his misery.
Well, of course.
And I'm just like, you could have fucking warned me, dude.
But that is some like fucking movie shit.
That's
right
some
there.
hillbilly shit. I thought, damn,
Hey,
dog!
listen here, boy. All right, you just go on and get. I'll handle
your ass, I'll handle
You
everything
go on and
else.
get. I'll handle everything else.
Fuck,
Right?
man.
Like you in the fucking boonies or some shit.
I sold that
got
4-wheeler because I was so scared. I said, dude, maybe it's a bad omen. I'm like, I probably should get rid of it, dude, because that's twice on that 4-wheeler I got in a huge fucking wreck. So I was like, dude, whatever.
Now, speaking of them little country accents that we just did, so you want to know what's fucking crazy? So I went to Alabama to visit some of my family. A lot of my family's down there.
Mm-hmm.
And, dude, hospitality-wise, they're over the fucking head.
Oh, I love down south.
But, like, too much.
Oh,
No. So, like, I'm from the fucking Detroit area, right? Downriver. Okay. I go down there, having fun, this, that, third, and I go on a nice little walk. Now, they got these trailers, right?
Oh,
And-
Jesus.
You're like chickens, the whole night. This is like country, man.
Eat
This-
yourself a chicken, boy.
I'm talking like, dude. They're like, listen, no, you're all like, I'm being dead serious. So you're on the right track already. So I'm used to just minding my own fucking business, and I'm getting to where I gotta go. Right? I'm trying to make it to the trails, and I got these motherfucking neighbors. Right? Hey, hello, good morning. How you doing? And I'm ignoring them. This motherfucker's walking down the road. Right? I'm not bullshitting you. I put this on my fucking papa's grave. Walking down the fucking road. Hey, hello? You hungry? I got some chickens. Literally chickens. Not bullshitting you either. Right? Fresh chicken eggs, all that good stuff. Right? So you want to come in for some breakfast? You hungry? Right? I'm like, no. And he's like, well, good morning. Hey, I'm like, hello, hi, I'm good. And he's like, all right, have a good day, right? And I'm like, motherfucker, and when I'm telling you that he walked down the road, he left his property.
Oh, yeah.
Because I did not say hello. I did not greet him. And he walked down the fucking road until I greeted him. It was fucking absurd. Then I go to a diner. I was incognito. I had my Alabama hat on that I bought at the store. Try to be incognito. Whole diner's bumping. I'm talking fucking tables full, chatter, this, that, and the third. Right? This fucking goddamn waitress comes up. Well, how you doing, darling? What can I get you? So,
Well, you can get your ass up on the plate here. I'll eat you out up, girl.
well, I said, I go, I'd like a ham and cheese sandwich. Whole fucking diner goes mute. As soon as I spoke words, the whole fucking diner.
You foreigner.
You
foreigner.
Right? And I'm like, and my Uncle Don is fucking dying laughing.
I like
That's
a ham and
see,
cheese.
Right? Yeah, and so she goes, you ain't from around here, are you? I said, apparently not. She goes, well, honey, we're glad to see you. You want me to get you that ham and cheese? I was like, yes, ma'am.
Dude, that sounds good.
Dude, it's the best thing ever, man. And the whole time, right? And like, when I'm telling you that bitch was so quiet, it was so fucking quiet. And then my Uncle Don talked. He's Southern, right? He's from Alabama. And he goes, get some wood. Okay. Thought it'd be normal, like fucking Home Depot trip, Lowe's trip, whatever the fuck, right? I'm thinking. Drew the counter. We get our wood. And he goes, follow the dog. I said, what the fuck you mean follow the dog? There's a fucking dog in the counter, right? You order your wood, and the fucking dog takes you out to the lumberyard to the exact section.
Shut the fuck
I swear
up.
to fucking God. It gets worse.
What's
Though.
his
It's
name,
fucking
Dave?
crazy. I don't know the fucking dog's name, but I'm fucking lost, right? Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's like, just follow the dog. I'm like, what do you mean follow the fucking dog? And Uncle Don's like, yeah, just follow the dog. And he takes you to the, now this lumberyard has like multiple sections of it, right? He takes you to the exact fucking section that you need to be in to get your wood, right? Here's where it gets real fucking weird. So after you follow the first fucking dog, right? You get your fucking wood. I'm not bullshitting you. I put this on my fucking grandpa's grave. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, I believe
right?
it.
You get your wood. You go back to the counter, right? You pay for it. And then you go out to get your car. Now, when you go out to get your car, there's another fucking dog.
Shut the fuck.
Now, the dog runs the fucking parking lot. And I'm being dead fucking serious when I say this. I'm not bullshitting you. No, dude, this shit's fucking wild. No, like, literally, this shit is fucking insane. There's a dog that runs the fucking parking lot. Like, he will sit. And so it's like a one-way, right? So it's like kind of like a U, right? So there's obviously in and out, like Corcos, right?
Right.
Now, when you go out, the dog will sit at like the entrance part so nobody can come in.
Right.
Right? And then he'll walk in front of your car and you'll follow the dog out of the fucking parking lot. And he'll go out right to the edge of the road and then he'll fucking sit. Dude, I'm not bullshitting you. I know this sounds fucking crazy, but I'm being dead fucking serious. Right? I'm being dead fucking serious. And they have signs that says, be careful when you like fucking take your car out because the dog might be sleeping underneath your car. Like they tell you, like this, I'm not fucking kidding you, dude. It's crazy, man. It's fucking wild. Like the dog just stays outside, like both of them, right? The one goes in and out, right, from the desk to the fucking lumberyard, and the one in the parking lot will sleep underneath cars until you walk out of the door, and then he'll escort you out of the fucking parking lot.
That's some hillbilly shit.
Dude, it's the fucking craziest shit ever. And then, you know what armadillo hunting is? Oh, God. It is the most southern shit I have ever fucking heard of in my life. So they have a big armadillo problem. They encourage you to go out in the middle of the fucking night in your car, park your car on the side of the road, and just lay fucking rain fire. No, where we're at right now, right? Yeah, That's not necessarily an inviting fucking environment, right?
No.
There, I'm talking like every block. You have cars lined up like in the middle of the night, like fucking between like 10 p.m. to like 4 a.m.
Just laying
You got
fuckers
these,
out.
dude, I'm talking like pow, 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 pow. I got one. He a big one, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And my other guy goes, you guys want to go armadillo hunting? I was like, well, fuck yeah, I do. I might as well, right? We ended up not going, but what we did do is we went out on the fucking lake. I don't know if you've ever been down south.
Oh yeah, I got family down there.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit that's fucking creepy and can kill you.
Oh yeah, especially the lakes.
I didn't know the log was a fucking snake.
Yeah.
The log that I saw was a fucking snake.
Yeah. Did they
That
get
was not scared at all about this fucking boat. He was coming right up, and I'm like, oh, look at that. And my Uncle Don goes, poo, poo, poo. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Dude, they got some.
He's like, that was a water moccasin.
So where that was in Alabama, you said?
Yeah, Alabama.
I know. I got family down south, but we went. My buddy Jim, I just told you the story about Jim Paulin. We went to. It's called the Hatfield McCoy Trails. It's a place called that. It's called Hatfield McCoy Trails, but it's in West Virginia. My mom was from West Virginia. West Virginia is the most hick fucking town. Literally, dude. And I'm not talking shit. I'm a hillbilly, so I can say that.
Me too. I mean,
It's like if you're a black person, you can say the N-word. Well, I'm a hillbilly, so I can make fun of them.
Me too.
Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, got that out of the way. We went down there to ride the.
It's fair fucking game.
Exactly. We went there to ride the Hatfield McCoy Trails, and you triggered my memory because I was like, oh my god, I remember going down there. We were going down there. We had a truck or a Explorer and a trailer with 4-wheelers, and we're going down there, and we get down there, and we're literally in downtown West Virginia, and these two girls, one was driving, one was in the back seat. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, didn't have Uber back then, but that's what you would have thought. And she goes, hey. Are you boys from Michigan? I go, yeah. She goes, what do you think about these? And I'm like, holy shit! I love it here. But we were starving. We got checked into. We tried to find the place. They called it the Hillbilly Lodge, which was a no-no because when we said that,
I could have told you that.
well, yeah. Jim's like, well, we're staying at the Hillbilly Lodge. She goes, what the fuck did you say? Nothing. Some place down the street in a trailer. But we went to this place. I'll save the name for the end. We went to this bar. It was the only bar in the town. So we pulled up. It was all gray, and it had a big sign on it. Nothing to describe the bar.
Right.
So we walk in. It's all dark over there, really dark. I mean, it looked like it went far, like a big place. And we went up right up to the bar. I ordered a burger and beer. He did. I ordered a burger, fries, and a pop. And we're eating. And she's like, you boys ain't from around here. I said, nope. She goes, this has been a long time since we've seen a couple good-looking boys like yourselves in here.
Oh, shit.
I said, I think we need to get the fuck up out of here, dude. That bitch is crazy, man. So she's all...
Trying to licking her lips.
She goes, are you guys going to stay around for the entertainment? I'm like, entertainment? And she did this. I'm like, what the fuck is... And I turned around and looked. She flicked the fucking light switch, and there was a fucking stage that was probably 40 by 40 with a stripper pole, and it had a Harley Davidson bike on it. And she just hit the fucking music, dude. And it was so fucking loud. The lights, I'm like, oh my god.
They get fucking down in the South, man.
She goes, you've never been to the Sheer Fantasy, have you? I said, nope.
Apparently fucking not.
Well, I had to go back.
He says I love this fucking place.
Dude, we went, well, Jim stayed. I went back that night. I was like, I gotta check this fucking place out. So I went there by myself, dude, and I'm just looking like a kid in the candy store. I couldn't believe it, dude. They had like this little room that you go in, the VIP room, which I didn't go back there.
Careful.
Oh, no, I didn't
Might
go.
not come back.
No.
You might not come back. You might not come back.
But I didn't go back there, but I mean, these women were butt-ass naked, dude. Like, totally, I'm like, what the fucking...
They're probably trying to cook you dinner, too.
Yeah, why don't you come on back, boy? I got something for your ass, you little
want
white
some
boy.
mashed potatoes?
Get your
Kind
little,
you want.
Oh my god, you ever had a southern girl, have you? Oh my
That's
god.
right, dude. And
I was like, hey, Jim, I'm moving here. I ain't coming back.
Abort.
Yeah, my shit.
Yeah, fucking...
Oh my! I loved it, dude. I was hanging out with everybody, talking to them, dude. I had a
Dude, it's
fucking
fucking amazing. man.
blast, dude. Everybody's
there's-
friendly down south.
Oh yeah, it's like you can't be shitty there. The hospitality's crazy, the energy's awesome, but it's so fucking crazy though. It's so wild. I mean, like fucking.
Dude, my dad, we went to, when he was alive, we all went down south to see where he grew up at. It was in Henderson, I think it was North Carolina, Hendersonville. Anyway, we went there and the house was still there, and the house was a white old house, big. You know, you had fucking 3 guys and 3 girls living in it with my grandma, my Uncle Fred, Uncle Robert, Aunt Monty, Aunt Marie, and Aunt Mary. And they all lived there, and the kicker was there was no floor in the house. It was dirt.
Seems about right.
Yeah, dirt floor.
Yeah.
So, and it was weird because back in the day when, you know, people would die, they would just lay them out in the living room for a couple days on the bed, dude. No, really, for display, dude. Like when his dad died.
Display. This is a goddamn fucking museum. What do you mean display? Like they just fucking. Motherfucker. What do you mean display? Laying a fucking dead on the fucking dirt floor with a dead body for display. What is this, a fucking art museum? Is this the Henry Ford? Like, I don't understand. You couldn't do that.
My dad said that when his dad passed, they literally laid him out in the living room. He's literally laying like this, dude. And they just laid him in the bed for a couple days, dude. 2-3 days. They had a fucking wake for days, dude. I mean,
In the fucking house with dirt floor?
yeah, well, dude, smell now. It had to be stinky. When my dad passed, dude, he was starting to release an odor in his room. I was like, damn, dude, it doesn't take long.
No, fuck no.
No, can you imagine back in the day when they're
That's
down
why
south,
they make fucking
they're
graveyards.
laying around.
You don't display dead bodies on a mattress on a dirt floor.
2 days later, Anthony comes by to see me. I'm laid like this, fucking turning purple, dude.
I'm not putting you. Yeah, and if I see that, I'm not putting you on a fucking mattress on a dirt floor. Okay, I'm not gonna have like a fucking like a wake right there. Be like, hey, come and see his
It's
dead
for
body.
display.
Like, that's fucking South, man.
Fucking display.
And why the fuck is it that every woman down there is manly as fuck? My Aunt Bobby.
Southern girls are hot.
My Aunt Bobby is the most manliest fucking woman. Honestly, more manlier than fucking half the people I know.
No, I mean, dude, there's some really good looking women down south.
Well, you got one or the other.
Well, yeah.
There ain't no in between. You either got fucking hot ass fucking countrymen or you got like my Aunt Bobby. My Aunt Bobby comes up into this bitch, fucking no shoes, no socks. I'm talking bare. I was there a week. Oh, fucking week. I'm talking. We went to the store. We went into town. She ain't never put nothing on. She must have had a fucking whole ass sandpaper underneath that bitch. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I'll tell you this. Like, and she was like, oh my gosh, if I could tell you. This woman, I should say, biologically, right? She still has all her woman parts. But when I'm telling you that she could probably beat the dog shit out of a fucking grizzly bear, she probably could. Mm-hmm. Because she's that kind of country woman. Because there's only 2. And I'm a firm fucking believer of that. There's the hot ass country women, and then there's my Aunt Bobby's.
Bobby Sue.
Bobby Sue. Actually, ironically enough, I think that's her middle name.
Oh, God. That's all of their names.
I don't know if that's a fact.
Oh, my God.
It might be her middle name. But that's fucking Aunt Bobby. I'm talking like I never saw. She ain't wear no shoes. She fucking with her fucking. She ain't never used a fork.
You know the beauty of this conversation is I can say fucking hillbilly. I'm literally a fucking hillbilly.
So can I.
So it's irrelevant. I'm not making fun of nobody because I am a hillbilly. So
Yeah,
I
my
love it.
heritage is from the South.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nor do I fucking care, to be honest.
No, I mean,
sorry, hillbillies are hillbillies.
we're real anyway, so we call it
Yeah.
like we see it. But dude, it's
But absolutely, we're allowed to say. I mean,
if I could get my kids,
why is it like that?
I don't know, dude. It's like that with anything. Like
fucking call it out. I'm sorry.
I seen
hillbillies are hillbillies.
Dana White. I was rolling through.
Gangsters are gangsters.
I was rolling through TikTok and Dana White was like something. I can't remember the guy's name. He was doing a media thing, and the guy goes, racial undertone. He goes, racial undertone? What'd he say? He said the N-word? Well, he's black. He can say what he wants to. I don't give a fuck. This is a fight business.
Right.
It was just funny how I said, like, yes!
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, I mean, there's, unfortunately, with today's society, there's things that you can and cannot say. And I mean, now we can swear on YouTube, we can say, but there's certain things you cannot and cannot say at all.
Which I don't agree with.
Which is really sad because it's a free world. If I don't agree with, I don't know, how can I even say it? Like this day and age, you could literally marry your dog and it'd be alright, you know?
Oh yeah, and if it wasn't alright, it'd make national fucking news.
And if you said something, you're wrong.
Yeah, right. Hey, you shouldn't marry your dog. Oh, you're discriminating. You're against. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm against.
Everybody in every household has certain rules and regulations they follow, and they've been raised on. I've been raised a certain way. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna sway from it.
I mean,
You know.
I hate to end this podcast like this, but I'm very passionate about this, so we're going there. Me personally, I think there's a right and a wrong way to be brought up and taught. I think there's a right way to fucking look at things and a wrong way to look at things. And I'm sorry, but the right way to look at things is we can say what the fuck we want. We can have our own fucking opinions. You shouldn't fuck your dog. You shouldn't fuck the same, it shouldn't be colorful. That's my opinion. But I'm just saying that there is right and wrong.
Well, yeah, for sure.
There really is. I just think that it's becoming like, let me say this. The freedom of speech, right? The freedom of expression.
There's no such thing.
Okay? Right? Well, other folks have that. The freedom of speech and the colorful people and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what that does is that also takes away from other people's freedom of speech and freedom of emotion, right? So they can have their, right, like action or whatever they want to do, right? But we can't speak our views on that.
I wish I could talk about a couple things, but
Yeah.
it's going to open a can of worms.
Right,
And I
yeah,
just don't want to deal with
same
it.
thing. I could go on in depth with that, but isn't that crazy that somebody else's freedom of speech and freedom of emotion hinders somebody else's?
Well, just real quick is like, say, if something wasn't approved years ago that it's approved now, you've got it, you still fucking bitch about it. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. You won. You can do what you want to do now.
Right.
So what the fuck is the problem? Just be happy, dude. Life's too short. But hey, next week, hopefully I got my boy Tim's going to be on with us, possibly. Maybe somebody else too. But so next Saturday, tune in, 5 o'clock. We'll definitely have a guest or guests.
Yeah, let's try to make it. We'll try to make it a little bit of a bigger group, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really hard getting people here because, I don't know, people flake out and, yeah, dude, I want to come, but then they can't do the times. And, we're doing 5 o'clock on Saturdays. If we got to bend the rules for something, maybe, it depends on you. Me, I'm open to it. I work,
On Sundays, football's over, man.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
I'm pretty much flexible for the most part.
I'm going to get a hold of him and a couple other people that said they wanted to come
Saturdays,
on.
I should say.
So we'll see what happens. So next Saturday, tune in. We'll do